We are joining a unique historical project, the voyage of a late antique, early medieval leather boat from Brittany to Scotland. We're traveling only with our historical clothing and equipment. The journey starts in Vienna, Austria. It leads us to Liverpool via Mallorca, and from there to the main Roman base in northern Britain, Devon, today Chester.
I think we found out what it's all about here today.
And it seems that Hippodrome
in the sort of countryside on the Welsh side of the English-Welsh border, and we have found an accommodation for tonight because we're supposed to be on the boat by tonight. However, the boat's not yet ready and it's not yet where it should be at the pickoff point, and they don't have enough space on the ship yet. So here is the next part of our little private Odyssey or N8 here, and we have been graciously offered to sleep at Park in the Past at the Nova Roma Castrum of Castrum Ovum. We're just walking through the Welsh countryside to get to the Roman Castrum. We're back at the lake now. Today was a bit of a slower day. We could sleep in and catch up with the lack of sleep from the last few nights of no sleep, and got really some hospitable welcome here at the Roman Fort Castrum Ovum at Park in the Past. And we're at a beautiful lake here that's just next to the Castrum. We're doing a bit of training here because you need to keep up the training on the road as well, then taking another dip here, washing, and then we're heading off through the night, arriving hopefully around midnight at the site where the boat is at, and then tomorrow hopefully the boat journey will begin. We're generally not as focused on the training as somebody that would be like doing bodybuilding or like really seriously competitive sports, because we have so much other things to do as well administratively and like just purely reenactment wise for these adventures, that we just have to compromise on a lot of things, notably on sleep. And so we're trying to train for about 15-20 minutes, maybe twice a day, once a day at least, these calisthenics kind of ways, in order to keep up. But it's decidedly not where our priority lies, because we have just other things to take care of, otherwise we couldn't live this lifestyle. Boat training shouldn't lack too much, so we're generally trying to keep a base fitness and go till it's till we're kind of done. So even if it's just like little 20 minutes here and there, trying to keep the form is part of being a historical reenactor that takes it serious. You have to try and have a body that's in shape for the activities that you're doing. So we have now a little bit of a situation here. While we were at the lake, everybody closed up here, so we weren't aware that they are closing the whole buildings here at this time, and they weren't aware that we were at the lake, so a little bit of a miscommunication. Now we're standing in front of the closed contubernum where all our stuff is inside, and we have to kind of very quickly get to the train so that we'll make it down to the seaside. It's the last possible train from here, eastern Wales, northeastern Wales, to get to southwestern Wales. And yeah, we hope there's somebody going to come pick us up here now with a key. We can get back to our things, because they are still inside. So this is what a deserted Roman fort looks like. But nay, a lone defender with a towel around his neck. And here we're at the ramparts, fortifications of the Castrum Ovum, and as we can see them, they are part of the very earliest type of fortifications that the Romans would normally bring to conquered land. So they are basically just an earthen dike, earthen wall here that is fortified with a timber construction. So it's like not just the earth and then some ramparts, it's like timbers going all the way down through the earthen rampart, so it stabilizes it. It's just not washed away or something. And then you have these additional wooden fortifications on the top, which help against obviously arrows, slingshots or other projectiles. But they're not like an impregnable fortress or castle. It's mainly just securing your camp, and it's a first post where you can then start building the wooden houses inside, replacing the tent city that would be there first. And once you have those, you can always like fortify more There's also a ditch usually in front of these walls, and also some other obstacles. And as you go along, these would be often either abandoned and replaced later on by another unit. So the Romans would come and go and build these up, destroy them again. They had the manpower, they had the expertise, the engineering to do that. And it's only gradually that they would become bigger if they were in a good position and it suited them. And then they would build them from stone. And even then, the ones that were built with stone walls and stone buildings, sometimes they would just abandon them, even destroy them on purpose, so that nobody else could use them. And then when a new unit came to the area, when it was again an area that was important, like a new renewed theater of unrest or something, they would build them in stone again. So we see the tremendous, unmatched power at the time of Roman logistics and Roman engineering. And this here is just the very first stage of such a castrum. Here in the middle behind me, obviously the Principia, the main building where all the money of the unit is kept, where the standards, the signa of the unit is kept, and where the administration generally takes place. That's also where all the cults and rituals would be done, the military rituals, especially the cult, the imperial cult, is also there. And then you have here workshops. You have to imagine that at this time, Roman soldiers often lived mostly under the leather tents, and so you're very happy even with such a little wooden house, which is much bigger than your tent obviously, and you have more private space. So every time people see these and say like, oh my god, that's like terrible to live there, it's like, well, you have to put it in perspective. That's much better than the tents. And there's always ways, if you are in an army, you have to be resourceful. There's always ways of how to make your life more agreeable and more comfortable, and you just have to adjust your expectations. We are just arriving here. We are at the marina in Aberystwyth, if we pronounce it like that. Let's go. Here is our ship. So my friends, we don't care. This is the official start of it. Tomorrow we are heading to the Isle of Man directly from here. That's about 2.5 days of open sea. And in 2022, I was part of the team that created those wave breakers here in the front, and that made the sails and the tent. How was your first night?
Very good. It's modest size.
The feet on my face from our
feels like an avatar of another millennia. Literally, it is.